Over some revenue and profitability KPIs that I look at and I think are very important. The first one would be year over year job growth. And the biggest indicator of this is, are we growing compared to last year with marketing spend remaining constant? And the reason why I say marketing spend remaining constant is if your jobs are growing and you're spending the same amount of money, that likely means that you're increasing market share. And that's a great indicator of the performance and the health of your business. The next thing would be average job size. Is our average job size increasing or decreasing? And if it's decreasing, is this a function of marketing or is it a function of sales? The reason why I say it's going to be a function of marketing is, are we targeting the right type of customers? And the reason why it could be a function of sales is, are we leading with discounts in order to get our customers? Which leads me into the next KPI that I think is very important, is discount percentage. And it's not just how much percent we're giving on each job, it's the total number of jobs that are getting a discount and then what the average discount rate is. How often do we need to discount to book jobs? Labor rate percentage, which is the biggest driver of profitability from a variable cost standpoint, fuel percentage, and are we building our routes efficiently? I think the big thing with this is, I always thought that fuel, if it's within a couple of percent of what it needs to be, then it's fine. Honestly, this is one of the biggest spots of leakage that I've seen in businesses that I've ran. And the more efficient you are building your routes, the more money you can save. Supply sales percentage. Are we charging for the supplies that we're using on site? I can't tell you how many P&Ls I've looked at where, let's say, sale revenue is 3% of it's 3% of revenue, but the cost of the supplies is 5% of revenue. So there's 2% bleed just because we're not charging them stuff on site. Gross profit, are we consistently above 50%? Honestly, the marker is between 50 and 55%. Later in the slides, you'll see me talk about it at 55%. But at bare minimum, we want to have a 50% gross profit margin when we're looking at our businesses.
And define gross profit, just so we're all talking the same language here.
Yeah, no problem. So that's revenue minus your variable costs. So that's with your labor, your fuel, anything that's actually consumed on the job basis, anything that's a cost of the goods for the job itself. And then the last one, which I think is the most important one, because let's call a spade what is for a spade. Everyone wants to sell their moving business at one point. And so NOI is actually the biggest indicator. And NOI is net operating income. This doesn't factor in depreciation and interest in it. But at the same time, this gives you an understanding of the operating profit of a business after the fixed costs are factored in for stuff like Travis just mentioned, truck maintenance, truck insurance, lease payments, warehousing, etc.